Good morning and welcome to Chef's Table. Today is a fork conversation. Yes, like I say every morning, fork is about feeding you. It's about feeding what you need to do, what you need is your personal growth. And also when you start building into yourself, when you start developing yourself, you're naturally going to want to share that with other people. And that's how this all comes to be. This is our time to feed each other, grow as entrepreneurs in this journey of building a business online. So like I said before, my name is Chef Katrina. I was a former chef at Disney for 12 years. Had an extraordinary time there. I learned a lot about actually branding while at Disney. While I might have been a chef, there's a lot of nuances that you learn across the way. So one of the things that I want to talk to you today is about the gratitude journal, or how powerful your words, the ones you speak, are really in your world. See, many times, and I learned this along the way, is that we can, as leaders, start developing our speaking skills. We start hearing when people are in self-negative talk without recognizing it. And we also start hearing when people are in the business talk, the power talk, because of how they use their words, how they're communicating what's going on in their day, their week, how they're feeling. All of these things actually are critical elements to our growth. When I started a program, there's a leadership and development team or a self-development called the Landmark Forum. And inside the Landmark Forum, that particular forum, it's 3 days, three full days of going to work on yourself. And really learned a lot about myself, really learned a lot about who I am, how I got to be the way I am, why I get stuck around the things that I get stuck on. And all of it was just kind of stripping it down, layering it away, pulling apart the misconceptions that I was having around my life, and really what was the truth versus the stories that I was making up. So that landmark event, those 3 days, really held the key to unlocking a door for me, because I continued on that journey of self-development, and I'm still continuing on that journey of self-development. And one of the things that we talked about as we continue through that training is how powerful your words are. And one of the things they had us do in future trainings that I chose to get into, they're not mandatory, was we had to look up words in the dictionary. And all of a sudden I became fascinated by the words that I was using and how incorrectly I was using them. And I was like, oh my goodness, like I didn't even recognize that the language that I had been given wasn't my own. I had been using words that other people had told me was how we were supposed to use them. But when I started looking them up, I realized I'd been misusing a lot of words. I'd been misusing the language that I was giving. And in doing that, I was actually creating a very negative lifestyle. I was creating a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of doubt, a lot of miscommunications. And it was learning the words that I was using, choosing better words, choosing the language that I was actually speaking, empowering myself. That's when my business really started transforming also. I felt more confident about myself. I felt a greater sense of gratitude about what I was up to in life. And so I recognized how powerful words are. And one of the things that, if you guys are reading a lot of leadership books, a lot of mindset books, one of the things they constantly talk about is gratitude. Now, when we talk about gratitude, we're looking at what are we thankful for, right? What are we happy or appreciative that we have in our lives? And the first time I remember, I read about this a whole bunch, but did I actually incorporate it? Did I actually do it? And the answer was no. So then one morning I was out on the walk with my dog, and I said, okay, I'm just going to keep this simple, right? And I'm going to name off 10 things that I'm thankful for in my life. Now, this walk was about 20 minutes, and it took me 15 minutes to name 10 things that I was thankful for, because I wasn't in a space of gratitude. A lot of the times I wasn't appreciative of what I had around me. The fact that I could walk, the fact that I could breathe, the fact that I was out walking the neighborhood, the fact that there was money in my bank account, the fact that I had friends. There was things that I wasn't aware that I should be appreciative for. Like I had not had the sense of saying gratitudes out loud. So one of the things I started doing was I started saying, well, if I can do 10, let's just continue doing 10 things that I'm thankful every single day, because it was difficult. I'm not going to lie. It was very difficult in the beginning to be appreciative of things when life did not seem as if it was going that way. See, when I started doing these gratitudes on that walk, things were not great. things were were looking pretty sketchy. I had a little income in my account. I was wondering how I was going to pay the bills. I was stressed about everything. How can you be in gratitude when everything seems to be falling around you? When people are getting hurt, when things are just seemingly unreason, there are no reasons to be grateful for, right? But it's in these moments, especially now in the time period that we're in, that gratitude is super important for our mindset. It's super important for where we want to grow and become in our journey as our entrepreneur. See, the world is telling us one thing, but you have to look at yourself and say, what are 10 things that I'm extremely grateful for right now? I'm extremely grateful that I have my parents. They're both of them are still alive, still married. Like true gratitude around that, like super thankful that I, have been conceived of those two incredible human beings, right? Thankful for their bank account, thankful for the money that's in the bank account. That's a big piece. Thankful for the friends, thankful for the education I've gotten, right? And see, when you start being in gratitude for where you're at, the fact that you woke up this morning, you should be grateful. Well, it shouldn't be, but that's a reason to be grateful, right? The fact that if you can get up and walk around and cook your own food and drive a car, these are things to be grateful. If you have a job to go to, these are things to be grateful for. See, the circumstances might not be ideal, but you can be thankful for them. And being in that sense of gratitude can change how you look at your day. So here's 2 things that I recommend doing. Don't have to do it. There's no sense of like, this is how it's going to have to be. But there's 2 things that I do. Is I journal this. I journal here and I start writing my gratitudes down, things that I'm thankful for, right? I don't say I'm grateful for. I say I'm thankful for. I'm like thankful for, and I look for myself. What am I thankful for, right? And I start writing them down. Now, writing them down, here's one thing I've learned over the years, and I can't remember where I picked it up, but someone said to me that if you write in cursive, you're actually cementing those ideas in your mind faster than if you print it out. See, cursive writing is one of the biggest blessings we can give ourselves, is that in our cursive writing, we actually learn how to connect not only letters, but how we write out words and sentences. See, that connectiveness, that ability to write in cursive actually increases the neural pathways. It starts connecting things together. It helps us actually problem solve. It has us enrich ourselves and enrich our minds. So cursive writing, as much as it's being taken out of our schools, is actually critical to the mindset we have as an entrepreneur. Being able to write in cursive is a blessing, right? It is something that we should embrace for those of us that do it. So I always make a point that when I'm in my journal, I write in cursive, because what I put down in my journal is so important to me that when I write it in cursive, I want to remember it. I want it to become part of who I am. And so that ability to write letters that connect, that form words, is truly a gift you give yourself when you write in cursive. So not only do you write it down in here, in your words of gratitude and what you're thankful for, but then also speak them out loud. So once you write them down, speak them out loud. Hear yourself say what you're thankful for. A lot of times we write down our gratitudes, but we don't actually say it out loud. But the universe is listening. The world is listening. And the tonality in which we speak vibrates. And that vibration fills the world in which we live in with other vibrations. It's really important. You guys are thinking, oh my God, Katrina, you're kind of crazy. But no, it's really important that you understand that speaking, hearing yourself speak out your gratitudes is another big piece of how you successfully build in your life. So that journal is important. How you write in your journal is important. Being inside of your gratitudes, being thankful for your life right now as it stands is really important, because this is your foundation. This is your Monday morning, right? This is your Monday morning. This is the start of your week. This is your opportunity to set the tone for how your day, how your week is going to go. Okay. So my request for you during this week is to, if you haven't already, or if you do gratitudes, absolutely just let me know if you guys are doing gratitudes. I want to know that you're doing them. Let me know that it's something you're going to do. If you haven't done it yet, I do recommend jumping into it, getting started, right? Yeah, Heidi says this, it's just getting into that mindset, right? It keeps you moving forward. It allows for you to have that opportunity of, okay, what am I doing today that makes the difference? So your task for today moving forward is to be in gratitude. If it takes you a little while to get in there, it's perfectly okay. This is all part of your journey of being an entrepreneur. So, hey guys, just, I always appreciate you guys coming to Chef's Table, these first 10, 15 minutes of your day, spending it with me. Again, follow me over at thechefkatrina.com. And, we'll look over there. I've got new stuff coming up. Also, if you guys want to get updates, I have a digital marketeer newsletter. This is a publication and email that I send out, tips, trainings, things that are going on. There's a lot of really cool things that are coming up right now in the digital world. So this is the link to become a digital marketer. I know it still says newsletter. This was done like many, many years ago when I first started my blog. But if you want to head over there and get signed up, you'll be getting some great tips, trainings from me over the next few weeks for sure. And then moving on forward, because I want to make sure you have everything you need to be building your business. So with that, I hope you guys are all having a beautiful day. Welcome to your week, and let's have a one filled of gratitude and thankfulness. And with that, we'll see you tomorrow morning at the Chef's Table.